It is 6 p.m. on September 11th, and I'd like to open the Newfane Selectboard meeting, regular meeting. I'm assuming this is a regular meeting.
It's a special meeting.
Special meeting, and welcome everyone here to the audience and PCTV. Does anyone have any additions or corrections to the agenda? Hearing none. The first.
No, I'm
it's a little-
sorry. Actually, we have, the two of us got a request from Tom Dolan.
This should be in correspondence. This is probably going to be on the regular meeting.
Right,
agenda.
for the regular meeting.
Oh,
Regular.
okay.
Okay. Hearing none, we'll start new business, and our first business is the road foreman's update on retirement. So I think we need to move to enter into an executive session to discuss employment of an employer or public officer under the provisions of Title I, Section 313A(3). Do we have a motion?
So move.
I second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Everybody in agreement? Okay, so be it. We are now coming out of executive session. Thank you for your patience. And we do have a motion, I believe. Is anybody interested in making a motion?
Yeah, I made a motion that we have the applicants within, have their applications in by next Monday at 3:30. So we can go over them at the next meeting to see if we can hire a road foreman within.
Internally. We have a second?
I second.
Okay, and, okay, Chris is second. All right, all those in favor of that motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the motion passes unanimously.
And I also said, I think we've got to have Shannon tomorrow make a paper so she can post it at the town garage tomorrow.
Absolutely. Shannon, will you
She
post
can give
that
it to
opening
Todd or
tomorrow?
whatever.
Got
Perfect.
it.
I don't think we have to have a motion for that.
No.
Yeah. All right, our next order of business, moving right along. And of course,
One more.
And I'd also like to thank Todd for
Oh,
coming and going.
absolutely.
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 We'll probably get around to
people.
something
Yes,
more
we'll get
official.
around to something more official.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I will get you a resignation letter if that's
yes,
what
we're
you would
gonna
like.
have a hazing kind of thing. Okay,
One last piece on this before we move on.
yes,
The job description.
yes,
Um,
yes.
Chris, I thought you had marked this up at one time.
I thought you did too. You went over it and you remember when we reviewed this like months ago?
We did
May or
one for
something.
the
Pardon?
road, we did a new one for the road.
Road
crew.
crew.
But not for the foreman.
Would you mind taking a look at this and see if there's any
Helping us?
changes you would recommend?
And then that would make our job a lot easier.
Ragweed, God, I love it. Maybe you two look at it and see if there's any changes, because you have the most experience with it.
Well,
Mary and I know how to ruin our roads, but I don't think we're very good at paving.
Right.
and also things may have changed
Well,
since
what about, are
1996.
you asking Todd? Todd should review it with them too, right? This?
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, all you guys that really know what the job entails as a foreman. Yep.
Bring it in tomorrow.
Okay, that sounds great.
So do you need a motion on that?
Do we need a motion? I think this is more like a committee.
Okay.
Just appointing if we're in agreement, appointing a committee of Chris and Mike and Todd to get together and go through this and update it. It needs to be updated and maybe some words changed to make it so that it's current to what we're looking for.
With the goal being to have it here before we go into session next Monday.
Absolutely, we need to have it.
So we might be able to do that as our first order of business.
Okay, so, do we need a motion for that? I don't think so. No, we don't need to. I'm pretty sure we don't. What do you think?
I think we're all in agreement.
I think we're all in agreement. Okay, that sounds good. All right.
You'll need the motion to approve it at that
That's,
meeting.
that's
but
true. All right.
Marking it up, I don't think so.
Okay, so now, our next order of business is, that's the wrong,
Here, road
is that-
closure.
Oh, yeah, I've got it. Thank you, thank you. I had it, I just didn't recognize it. Road closure, Heritage Festival. Do I need to read that?
Sure.
All right, this is from the First Congregational Church of Newfane. And dear Select Board, the Newfane Congregational Church requests the West Street and Church Street, Newfane, Vermont, be closed from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday, October 7th, 2017, and Sunday, October 8th, 2017, for the 47th Annual Heritage Festival. Thank you for considering our request. Linda Bustini. This is something we've done every year I've lived here. Does anybody have,
I'll make a motion, we give
yeah,
them.
there we go.
I accept it. I second it.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the closure of West Street during those two times. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, that's a done deal. It's a great festival. If you haven't come here, you need to come here. All right. All right, the next order of business is a checklist for internal controls and a signature.
I think I emailed this to everybody.
Yes.
Yes,
Put
it
one
was
in
a
your box.
long one. I had a couple of questions, but anybody have any questions on this? Did you take a look at it?
This is the same thing we did last year.
It's the same thing we've done, I think we've done every year. The only thing that I kind of wanted to ask about was on section 4, the financial records, on number 11, it says, do employees who handle cash or prepare checks reconcile the bank statement? And it says no, and I'm thinking that that automatically means that that job is totally the treasurer's job?
No, so it means she should not be reconciling the books because she handles the money. So an outside person comes in
Okay,
so that she doesn't have too much
Okay.
control over everything, so.
I think the challenge has been that we don't really have that outside person.
yeah, we don't.
We do.
Who
We
is
do.
it?
Elaine Perkins does.
Oh,
the
well, that would be
reconciliation.
important to know,
Yeah.
and to make sure that, you know, it's communicated, because
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay, that's good, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Anybody else have any questions or any additions or whatever? Okay, all those, motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All right, we have a motion to approve and second the checklist for internal controls. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
It passes unanimously. Thank you very much.
And I think, Carol, you would be the one to sign.
Is there a
And I think
signature
there's
form?
2 places for signature.
Where is the signature line?
Is one yours and one
Oh,
looks
these
like
are
your-
my copies. That's
Yep.
why. Oh, here we go.
So here's the original.
That's the original, my copy.
So you would sign here and here.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Hopefully this will clear up those ongoing dings we get from the auditor each year, which
Yes.
citizens have concerns about, as well they should.
Gary, are you gonna be at the next meeting?
You said you were talking about the full moon. Next morning I get the full moon,
Yeah.
the one that's not very nice to look at. So I thought you might have been referring to that. It just depends on what they give me that I have to do beforehand.
He has to prepare for it.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I know, I was just saying that we're.
If I can be here, I'm gonna be here.
Right. I mean, if nothing else, maybe at 3 o'clock, maybe she can get you
That would really be,
the names.
That'd be nice, yeah.
if you just
I
come
can mark
for,
up.
yeah, just come for that little bit.
Yep.
Just in case you can't, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think, from what I've seen so far, there's no physical reason why they can't. I meet with them on Friday, and if anything gets updated, then I'll know it. And I can let Shannon know.
Okay, moving right along, we are now going to old business, which we have been talking about since May 10th of this year, and that's the
Yes.
Employee Appreciation Day. I wasn't here for the last 2 weeks because of a vacation and et cetera, and I understand that there was some discussion about whether or not we should even have the Employee Appreciation Day, and there's some questions, and so let's go into that now. Any questions?
How are we coming along with planning for it? I mean, are we ready to go?
Right, since you gave me that responsibility, I have a caterer
Mhm.
providing food. And it's John Julian,
Mhm.
and he's so happy to do it. We talked on the phone, and he's actually going to bring his, I hope it's good weather, he's actually going to be bringing his, what is it, a cooker? Yeah, and he's very happy to do it, and he's actually doing it at a minimal cost as his appreciation to our town employees. And then we have plenty of plates and napkins, so that's when I was a little concerned about utensils, and I think you had mentioned that you have
I
utensils.
do, yeah.
That might be better than just paper or plastic forks and knives.
There's
And
some at the firehouse, so if you're gonna need it.
oh, they're actually real. Okay, yep.
They're not, I will say, having served at the firehouse many times, they're not matched.
Oh dear. Well, we definitely need matched.
Neither of the members, so.
So and we do have a dessert coming, a special dessert for the 20th birthday of our town garage. So we have a nice sheet cake that's decorated for
Nice.
that.
Huh.
And I'm just right now to the point of asking about drinks, what kind of drinks we should have. I'm glad Todd is here to give us some insight, whether we bring in coffee. We'll probably need maybe, I don't know, it's kind of late in the day for coffee, I don't know.
We got coffee there, so
I-
if somebody wants it, we can
We
put
have
it on.
tea.
Where is it gonna be?
It's at the firehouse. Actually, it's scheduled from 1 to 3, but I'm pretty sure I told Julian that he could probably set up half hour, 45 minutes early to that. He'll just be setting up his, what is it called, a barbecue thing? Cooker. That'll be outside.
Mhm.
Now for us, I would really like for us to show up early and be sure you bring your apron because you're going to be actually serving and cleaning up and doing, because this is something we're giving to our employees, and so we're the servants. And so just no, you're not a guest, you're a worker. And that was my consideration. So there we go, and that's about as much. If you can think of anything else, we just need to kind of firm up about the drinks. If you have iced tea, I really don't know. I usually just drink water, but if you can
What do
help
you
me out with
think?
this.
Yeah, what would you think for a barbecue? You've
Anything,
had the fire, you have the,
Sure, iced tea's fine, water would be fine.
Iced
Really?
There's a
tea.
soda machine there, so if they want,
oh, the,
Like
yeah.
Shannon, are you in agreement with that for the office employees? Make it just a big jug of iced tea or something, and
We've got the coolers up there, you
coffee.
can make them a cooler up there. We've got the, like, iced tea coolers up there, so
You
Oh,
do
you
have
do?
iced tea
Oh,
coolers?
to get
Oh,
a
I
bag
like-
of ice and dump in there and then make the ice, you know,
Oh,
keep
wow.
it cold.
oh, that's great.
Okay, well, one of us will have to figure out how to do that.
Just to make sure everyone's aware, I have to be in Dartmouth on the 15th, all day for
All day, so you won't be
whatever it
there?
is they do. I won't be there,
Oh,
unfortunately.
darn.
So what time would you suggest that we get there early?
I think I hope to get there by noon, just to make sure that
Oh, at
everything's.
least, yeah.
Are the tables set up, or we need to set the tables up?
Tables are set, might have to take the chairs down, because they mop the floors, put the tables, or put the chairs above the tables. It doesn't take only a second.
Yeah, it doesn't take any time.
And
at
do
all.
they have napkins, for example, paper goods?
I did check, they
We've
have,
got that up there.
we have paper napkins and paper plates, unless we wanted to have real plates. Do you have real
That's right.
plates?
Yeah, if you wanna wash them all.
Yeah, I don't mind washing them
This
all.
Friday, right?
It's this no,
15th.
Yeah.
It's gonna
yeah,
be-
it's this Friday, that's
yeah.
right. It's this Friday. I don't mind washing. Does anybody mind
It's
washing
Friday or
dishes?
Thursday?
It's Friday, the 15th.
Do you know if all your crew is coming?
As far as I know, I mean, I mentioned it to him, I can find out, I'll find out and email you.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be really good eats. All right. And,
Do you know how many town office people are coming, employees?
They have to work. They have to work.
Do we have an
Do you
idea
have
of
to work?
what the most would be?
You won't be
Did we
there?
say once 20
need
or
to just
something
meet?
like
We
that?
said 20 maximum.
29.
That's how I do this.
I gotta bring the
I've got
ladies.
feedback.
It was
I think
in
there's,
You know you're not gonna miss John Julian's food. So, and that's pretty much, it's just kind of a simple thing of appreciation. And, if any of us want to stand up and, tell them how much we appreciate them and how much the town appreciates them, that's perfectly acceptable. It's not going to be a rip-roaring fun time with games and all that sort of thing, because I figure that, this is a first time out and we're just practicing as we go.
Sounds good.
Anybody else? have
I would be happy to deliver a prepared statement. Given the amount of time, though, and it being rather short, it'll be about 3 hours long. Had I had longer, I could reduce it down to an hour.
Uh-oh.
Maybe somebody could
Uh-oh.
video you. Or maybe
Yeah,
you
right.
could have it.
You
What
could put
what
it
do we
in
do with
writing,
him when
and
he's
I
away?
could say it for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Skype with me, yeah,
Scott, yeah,
on
exactly.
Tuesday. Yeah,
Okay, well, we'll hold you to that.
okay.
All right. I think that, is there any other thing that we need to discuss about the Employee Appreciation Day at this time?
Have we answered everybody's concerns?
Yeah, did we answer all of your concerns?
So we have the main food, we have dessert, we are going to
And
have
drinks?
drinks,
Yeah, that's it.
and that's it.
That's it.
And all the paper or plates and all of that is taken
Yeah,
care
we
of.
have all that.
Yeah.
We just need
You want any
somebody to make the
decorations?
iced tea. No, I figured we're just gonna take this simple, it's
Okay.
our first time out, and we're just gonna do this simply, and then in the future,
If them guys wanted a beer or so, there's no problem bringing that too, right?
what are the laws? I don't know.
You ain't against it up there, are you?
Yeah, as long as we don't provide it.
Right.
Yeah, that's no problem, I guess, as
What's
long
that?
as it's
What did you
legal.
say, beer?
Yeah, if you want
Oh,
a beer or
are you-
something.
Okay, I guess I'll bring my wine
Well,
bottle.
let's put it this way, as long as the fire department's not providing it.
Yeah.
That's
I
good.
see.
Yeah, I have no problem. Anybody else? What's our agreement on that?
I don't have a problem with
I
that.
think you have to pull a permit.
No, you don't.
No.
We're not selling it, are we?
If they want it, let them bring their own.
Yeah.
Right.
Or
That's
you
like
can
that.
you can let them know
If they want to
that.
bring one, they can have
If
it.
they don't want to buy it for everybody that has to do up in an accident,
Exactly.
let them bring their own.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't even planning on that, but yes, whatever. If that's legal, that's fine with me.
As far as I know,
It's
Is that fine with
they don't
everybody?
break
I
the
know
law
Mike
anyways.
is smirking, so it must be fine with Mike.
That was fine with me.
Okay. All right. Everybody's smirking, actually. All right, I think it's time for.
And I'd like to wish Gary a lot of luck.
Oh,
Just in case
absolutely,
you don't make
Mary.
it.
Yes, we're holding him in the light, and actually,
Just in case you
Yeah.
don't make it back on the 18th either, you know? Good luck with everything.
I'm certainly hoping so.
Yeah.
You're a good,
But-
healthy, strong man.
Thank you. Thank
yes,
you.
Really.
everything's going to be
And
great,
very
you know.
positive.
Keep those cards and letters coming.
Okay, and a little bit of donations?
Oh, yeah, if we could help out with the donations.
Okay.
No, I
And
think I'm
again,
all set.
thank you for Todd. Thank you,
Yeah.
Todd. I think you've been road foreman since 1982 or
no, I
working.
started on the road crew in '82.
Oh, and work.
It was like '05, I think, that I started road
Oh
foreman.
my goodness. It's a long
It's been
time.
good.
Thank you
I'm
for
certainly
everything
glad you
you've done.
did, because I was here then, and I remember we used to have, across from where I live, we used to have the Grand Canyon of ditches. And actually, it used to catch not only cars and our citizens on the hill, and they would fall into the Grand Canyon. But it was all, I don't know, if this is probably a Newfane Hill story, but actually even a road truck fell in there. I have pictures. So, yeah, I'm so glad, because we don't have that Grand Canyon of ditch anymore.
Well, it was traffic calming, but nobody liked it, so we filled it in a little bit.
Anyway, I guess we're ready to adjourn. May I have a
Okay.
motion?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Thank you.
Thank you
very-
all.
Thank you very much.